Alrighty, so let's go over briefly week 3 code along. At this point, hopefully you're getting used to their code along setups. So now this is where I just finished recording the videos for attendance. So at this point, before here, we were using the public repo. So now you move back to your private repo, right? So take that moment. If you're in code space, make sure you're closing, reopening it in your public. And if you're running local, if you happen to have had it like I do, but in this case, I definitely recommend coming in here and just opening the folder. I'd go to the private and just open that one directly. Okay, that way I don't have as much to look at. Just looks better to me. Okay, so do that. So what you're going to want to do, and this is the part where now we've gone through it, I'm just going to give you the reminders, right? So you're going to create a new folder. So it'll be right underneath, meaning not inside of, but right at the same level as week 2. You'll create week 3, and then you'll copy your week 2 previous code that we had. Which wasn't that much. I was actually looking at it. We had some images and we had definitely just started. Oh, yeah, actually, you have some work in there. You did a colong for last week. I actually have that in another folder. That's why I didn't see it. So copy that work into your W3 and then you'll do a commit. Okay. And so this is just a reminder of what I just said before, where I already opened mine, right? And then if you're on code space, you do that. Oh, yeah, and actually go ahead and fire up your go live. Okay, that way you can see your changes. Okay, so now we're going through videos 11 through 15. I know I said this in the overview, but just as a reminder, if you're not sure which video 11 is, you can actually, as you click on or whichever one, because it says it in the list of the playlist, but if you go up, oh, actually, where did I see this? Oh, yeah, it's actually in the URL. Now, this one's a little harder to see, the index number, but you can also see it over here to know which one you're working on, if that happens to have thrown you. Now, like before, you do have a break. Now, the key is you actually have to get all the way through 13B, right? Remember, read what it wants you to do. Stop, look at the task, the action, the task to stop when, right? And then make sure you have these commits because remember that's part of how I grade, an important part, right? So you're going to take some notes in here. You're going to pause, right? So remember, you see this pattern too, where Kevin actually says, hey, stop and do this. And you see this in the work that I have you do as well, because it's really when you stop and actually do something that you learn you see how well you're translating. And it's sometimes we have to relearn something that we may have been exposed to before, but that is part of the process. Okay, so then watch the solution, fix anything that you had, and then add that OL. And now here's your break, right? So now here's the key. And I want to clarify this. When I say in 24 hours, that means from the due date, right? So in this case, you look at when this item is due, right? It's due by midnight. So you have 24 hours from that time, from that Monday due date. And again, if you're not looking at calendar, I definitely recommend looking at calendar. It's helpful. You'll have until the next, and really when I wake up the morning, because I'm not going to be up at midnight. But remember, items don't go away, but I grade them first thing when I get up. Okay, let's come back here. So then if you're not taking the break, you just continue on all the way through. And then remember what you're doing is you're submitting your commit history, right? So you are going to submit your commit history. We've done this a couple times. You can navigate to your GitHub, our course organization, go to your private repo, go to history, grab that URL and submit the assignment there. Okay, a little less detail here because at this point now, this is our third one. Reach out though if you do need any help.